Good morning and welcome to Godly Play. Look at where I am. I'm back at the church, standing right outside the door to our Godly Playroom. You know, we're back meeting together in Godly Play. We started last Sunday, and Miss Helen and I are going to continue to be here each Sunday. For now, as long as it's safe for us to meet together. But we want you to know that we're here for you online in case you can't make it some Sunday, or your family's away, or you just don't feel comfortable being all together. We'll have a little YouTube video for you that tells the same story that we're talking about in Godly Play. Because there's lots of good stories in the Bible, and we don't want you to miss any of them. So let's go in the room, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how we get ready to hear the stories in Godly Play. So here I am inside the room now, right inside the door. We used to gather in this space before we went over to the rug to tell the story. I'm not sure we'll do that anymore. We might come right over to the rug. But maybe you remember that when we come in the room, we take our shoes off and we put them in the cubbies. I forgot about it last week because I haven't done it in so long. But now I'll remember, and I'll find a place for my shoes in the cubby. Then when we're all ready, we think that we have our shoes off, we feel prepared, we're ready to sit down and listen to the story. Then we go over to the rug, which is our sacred space for storytelling. Now, the way we're going to set up the rug is we're going to have little circles that look like this, and they're different colors. They're not too big, but we're going to place them on the rug in a circle so you'll have an idea where to sit. And we'll place them far enough apart that we all feel safe sitting in the circle together. We might have a bigger circle than we've had in the past. So here we are sitting in the circle, and the storyteller, that's either me or Miss Helen, will find a place in the circle where everybody can hear the story and see some of the things that we use to help us tell the story. So when we're sitting in the circle and we're hearing the story, we all sit very quietly. We keep all our thoughts and questions in our heads until the story is done. And then once it's done, all those ideas and questions can come out and we can share with each other and hear all the ideas and thoughts that everybody in our class thinks about the story. That's called wondering, and that's a very important part of Godly Play. We wonder how the people in the story felt about things, or why they did the things they did, or how God helped them with whatever they were doing in their lives at that time. There are lots of interesting stories to be told in Godly Play, and we hope you enjoy all of them. So, I mentioned that there are lots of good stories in the Bible. There are also lots of good storytellers. And one of the best storytellers was Jesus. We've heard over the last several months some of the good stories that Jesus told. Remember that Jesus used to travel from town to town and travel the countryside, and groups of people would gather to hear Jesus talk, to meet him, to have them have Jesus heal people who were sick among them. And Jesus always had good stories and messages to give to the crowds that followed him and gathered to hear him talk. Well, one day, Jesus was with a group of people. They were up on a hillside, and many people came to try to hear Jesus speak. Some people came with their families, the mom, the dad, and some children. And sometimes there were so many people gathered that the little children couldn't hear or couldn't see Jesus. Did your mom or dad ever put you up on their shoulders so that you could see or hear something a little better? Well, that was the kind of thing that was happening. The parents were trying to bring their children closer to Jesus so that they could see and hear. Move to the front of the crowd of people. Well, the disciples weren't so keen on that idea. They were thinking that it wasn't such a good idea. And they were telling the parents to back up and, leave the children towards the back of the crowd. And finally, Jesus saw what was going on, and he told the disciples, no, let the children come up front. Let them sit right here in the front row in front of me. I want to see them too. I want to bless them. I want to hear their wonderings, and I might have a story to tell them. So the parents and the children were able to come to the front and to spend some time with Jesus, to be blessed and to hear what he had to say. This is a picture in our Godly Playroom of the children coming to Jesus. I hope you can see it okay. There's Jesus right in the middle, and there's some parents holding their children, and here's some little children right almost sitting on Jesus's lap and hearing his stories. Now, when we're done with the stories in Godly Play, again, like I said, you can ask as many questions or give us as many thoughts and wonderings as you like. It's great for everybody to be able to share their ideas and their thoughts about the story. And after the story's over, we do some other activities. After story time in Godly Play, we work or play with the different materials that we have in the room. It could be working a puzzle, it could be reading a book, it could be doing some artwork, drawing, clay, Play-Doh, things like that. Lots of different things to choose from that might interest you. And sometimes Miss Helen and I will have a special project that goes along with the story and that you might be interested in working on that day. Sometimes the different artwork that we create in Godly Play gets hung up around the room or in the window so that other people in the church can see what we've been doing. That's always kind of fun too. So today I had a little craft that makes a little scene that says, "Let the children come to me." That was what Jesus said when he was talking to the people. And there are a lot of little stickers that go with the craft. The one in the middle is Jesus, and you can put all the people in this little scene to create a scene of Jesus and the children. So if you come to Godly Play, this will be available for you to work on if you'd like. If you can't make it to Godly Play, but you'd really like to try this craft, you can just drop me a note or drop a note to the church, and we'd be glad to send you one, because we want you to know that we're all very interested in having you hear the stories and ask questions about the stories. Well, I hope you have a good day and a good week. If you have any ideas for stories that you'd like to hear, be sure to let us know that too, because we're happy to tell stories that you're interested in hearing. So until next time, you have a good week, and we'll be so happy to see you in Godly Play, either in person or online. Bye now.